Just a quick video from my last video. I talked a little bit about them, my goats giving, which ones are giving birth, and so I'm just gonna kind of go a little bit more in depth. This is the 2021 kidding season. First one is not the one in front, this one behind her, right there. Her name's Star. She's Blossom, and what that means is there's her milk sac right there. Basically, it's Blossom, filled. Self-explanatory. She's blossomed, and she definitely looks like she is getting close. On the calendar, it's the beginning of March, so March 5th is technically the average due date. Now, I'm not doing any testing to find out when they're pregnant and that kind of stuff. I poured out some molasses, which the dogs liked. The goats also ate some. And then, all right, so there's one goat that's giving it. So number one. Number two, this goat right here, this one, Kitty. She has blossomed as well. They've all pretty much blossomed actually. I forgot to mention, this is her first kidding. The same with her. It's her first kidding as well. So Kitty right here, she's gonna kid, and we have 5 that are gonna kid this year. So right here we have Rosie, which kidded last year and gave birth to this goat right here, which I don't actually have a name for her yet. So they're both bred, and they will both be kidding. Like I said about the other ones, they blossomed everything. The one that's really exciting here is Lizzie. Lizzie's very bloated, as you can tell. She looks pregnant. This is her. She has been, as you can see, she's breathing kind of fast. Maybe you can't pick it up. But she's also been showing signs of labor, beginning labor, heavy breathing, slow moving, spreading the legs out really far for more comfort. We're being protected by a dog in the shade. Okay, so she's doing good, and like I said, with this one, along with the other 4 that I showed you, they will all be kidding here March. And I just got these from a friend. Bought these 6 goats, all 6 of them here, and we have 2 wethers, which is this wether and that's a wether. So this is actually triplet. There was quadruplets. Is that 4? I think quadruplets. I want to say that's what the word is. This is the mama, which her name is Mama. She had 4. 1 didn't make it. These 3 did. 2 wethers, and there were 2 does, and there's the doe that survived. These ones, along with these 2 goats over here, which have now, I think this was her second time. No, she failed twice on breed back, and she failed once. So they've got this last chance for them to show up. And then these 2 will be bred, as well as Bonnie, which she's laying right there. She's also going to get bred back, which we have a buck right there. So they, when we got them to the farm, which was January, that would give us May, kind of late May, May kidding for the other 5 does I have, which would be these 4, these 2 here, and those 2, and that one. The rest of them are wethers, and potentially this one, I don't think she's old enough yet, so we might have to separate. I need to check at her dates. Actually, I should check that, make sure that she's not going to get bred if she's not old enough. Besides her, I should say, we'll have 2 different kid seasons. So one in March, and then one in May for our kidding. I'm hoping this goat right here, Lizzie, Rosie, and hopefully Kitty, give me 2. The other first kidders, which would be this one over here and this one down here. If they give me 1, that's fine. Really, if Kitty, which is her first, she gives me 1, that's fine. I don't really care. For their first, that's okay with me. For their second breed back, definitely am looking for 2, which would be Rosie and Lizzie, which I'll show you. So that one right there is Rosie, and that one over there is Lizzie. If they do not give me 2 kids a second time, they're not really genetics that I want. Goats, sheep should kid you too. And I know we have some good genetics because we got this one over here, the one that had 4 gate. The one that had 4, it's good genetics, great tasting milk, and also good breed back as well. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about that. That's kind of simple. I use names. I don't use tags or numbers or anything, which I think it just depends on the size. So if I increase this, I may change it to tags or something else, because I like to know who's breeding, and I can put also in there, I can go through, find ones that are only giving me 1, and start breeding out bad breeds. I'm not worried about inbreeding because I wither all my bucks and then I just buy a new buck. So I sell every, I guess that would have been 2 breed cycles, which would be 2 years. I'll just get rid of those bucks and bring in new genetics. I had a Nubian buck, which I started with, and then I replaced it with a Nigerian buck, which I believe is mixed with something. I think a pygmy maybe or something. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I just use names to mark them, and then I just write in there their birth date, so I know how old my goats are. So one last thing with the goats, because I keep them for meat. I mean, I raise the wethers for meat. I do them a year old or so. We did one that was older than that, and it was kind of really chewy, and I don't particularly like chewy, extra chewy meat. So for wethers, which is like this one right here, as well as this great tan, whatever that color, the one next to Lizzie, and the 2 over there, when they hit a year old, I will process them. And that's how the market, which is flooded with a bunch of bucks, I can't sell them. It's actually more cost effective for me to just put them into meat, because if I try to sell them, all that ends up happening is I basically give them away, and I have to continue to take care of them. And if I turn them into meat, that gives me something to feed myself, and it's less stress, because selling stuff is work, and does move and bucks don't on the market. So raising them up for me is a great way to deal with them. If I got a market for meat, which is what I'm trying to do in my farm, grow my farm to make it a natural living, an income from it. Right now it's kind of a hobby farm, and I'm trying to transition it into a business, into a job, something that I can take care of myself on, and also produce the world's best food and healthiest as well. Basically, I don't know, I could see a good market, a very easy market for goats, in terms of getting them. I don't know how well to sell them, but if there's so many goats on the market, like I said, bucks are hard to sell. I could get them really cheap, and I can get a lot of them. Weathering them and raising them up for me, I think, is something I'm considering. And yeah, but pretty much what I'm using these goats for, the primary reason is for milk. And I'm doing stuff right now with the doctor to figure out what's wrong with my stomach, and in that they did a blood sample or blood test, whatever it's called, and they found that milk, a little bit of, I think, gluten, I'm not sure, but milks and eggs affect me, and I do get affected by milk, and I didn't know I was affected enough that they could tell it in the blood. I don't really understand how that works. Hopefully I can drink goat's milk and that not affect me. So it's a big reason for why I want to raise goats for milk. And also I want the meat for just you know, what we get in the store is just low quality and not very well taken care of animals. And the nutrients that I can receive from this meat is far superior to what you get at the store. I'm kind of going to ramble right now, so kind of close it up. Yeah, so we'll make a video. Of course, I might not be able to catch all the time, all the kittings, all the goats giving birth, but I know that's a really fun time, exciting thing to watch. I will try to get catch the goats on video and show you them. So I guess it wouldn't be the next videos, but it'll come up soon of my 2020 kidding, my goats kidding in 2020. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you on the next video. Adios.